Hello, my name is VSin, and this is a snapshot of Borderlands 2 for Vita. Now this game's standalone release date is May the 13th, 2014 in North America. However, you could have gotten it in the bundle on May the 6th, 2014, and I believe the European release date is May the 28th. So, this of course is Borderlands 2, the port. Honestly, I'm not going to talk too much about gameplay in this video because I'm not someone who has played Borderlands 2 before. Simply put. So I'm not qualified to talk about the gameplay, and quite frankly, there are a lot of people who will talk about it. What I will say right off the bat, though, is that this is, in terms of gameplay, it is faithful to Borderlands 2. However, there is what some people say is a 15% drop in unit spawn rate, enemy spawn rate. So there are occasionally fewer enemies in some situations. Not all the time. Just in some situations, there will be fewer enemies, but for the most part, I think I've seen 6 units on screen sometimes. I think I might have seen 7 at times. So the unit mass is still there. So first of all, options, just a couple quick things I want to point out. Most of it is fairly standard. Aim assist, I would recommend doing this mostly because the Vita analog isn't quite as good of quality as the DualShock or 360 pad analog sticks, meaning that it's harder to do small movements on the analog stick. So you will probably want to have aim assist on even if you're used to playing this on console. The other thing I would like to point out is censoring gore. This does not improve performance. The only thing it does is it makes enemies just go poof as opposed to exploding in a pile of blood. That's about it. I would recommend leaving it on because otherwise shooting people just feels so unsatisfying when you leave gore off. Controls, most of this is standard, invert, axis, sensitivity, motion sensors. I strongly recommend leaving motion sensors on with aim assist in order to make it easier to aim, although maybe that's just me because I suck at aiming. But what I want to talk about are the controls. Now, the controls do come in a bunch of different presets, and you also have the ability to remap these controls by swapping buttons on the Vita. The problem I have with this control scheme, though, is that you are forced to use the rear touchpad. This becomes a problem for some people. In my case, I'm having no issues trying to use the rear touchpad. I found the integration to be fairly seamless. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's not too bad. However, there are quite a few people out there who like to splay their hands across the back of the Vita to hold it up, as opposed to having little fish-shaped grips on either side. If you're one of those people, Borderlands 2 Vita is unplayable. Straight up unplayable if you hold your Vita that way. Seriously. I've tried doing it a couple times, and I could not consistently use the rear touch functionality while doing a splayed grip. So if you are someone like that, leave now. This game is unplayable for you. However, if you can get used to the rear touch functionality, and I don't think it takes too much to get used to, then I believe that this functionality is perfectly playable, perfectly fine, and works seamlessly on the Vita. Yeah, there's actually that little tiny exception where this goes from unplayable to great, depending on how you hold the Vita. I would also like to point out that you can see the front touch controls. I've noticed that I tend to accidentally hit both the bottom left and bottom right corners. However, I believe that this is an issue primarily associated with the Vita 1000 model. So if you're one of the people who bought the Vita 2000 and are playing on that, then the space between the touch screen and the analog sticks is larger, so you will not run into this issue. However, please be warned, if you are someone who has a Vita 1000, you may accidentally touch those corners of the screen during regular gameplay. Enough of that, let's actually get into the game. Now, I'm not really someone qualified to talk about Borderlands 2. I've never played Borderlands 2, and the closest thing I've ever played was Defiance. Yeah, Defiance. So, overall, I wouldn't even call this my genre, to be honest. But what I will say, first of all, is before I start complaining like crazy about frame rate this, particle effects that, loading times this, texture quality that, the game is completely playable. I believe that this frame rate hovers slightly below 30, occasionally hits 30, and overall I still find that I'm perfectly capable of lining up shots, I'm capable of dealing with enemies, moving while shooting, using melee. All those, the game functions well enough to perform all those at a satisfactory level. So anyways, here we are in Sanctuary, the Flying Sanctuary. I'm only about halfway through this story, so whatever. And immediately as soon as you turn right, you can tell that, oh god, the frame rate. And you turn left and the frame rate also goes to hell as well. This happens a lot in Sanctuary in particular, which is why I wanted to start off in Sanctuary, just to show off what the worst of it looks like. Emphasizing the worst of it. Because the best of it is, again, playable, and I've got another video if you just want to look at what gameplay looks like inside of a warehouse or something like that. But overall, this is what the worst of it looks like, which is precisely why I started here. I was going to walk around the Crimson Raiders HQ. It's particularly bad once you get to the vault area, because you're just like, rah, slideshow, and then you walk into the next room and slideshow, and get the hell out of the way, Lilith. So I don't... God damn it, I'm getting stuck on Lilith again. Either way, yeah, this is the worst of it. This is particularly bad if you're like trying to go up against psychos. You really like dancing around your ankles and stuff, but other than that, this is really the worst that it gets. So if you can play through this, then the frame rate will be no difficulty to you whatsoever. However, well, if you can't play through that, then you may have difficulty in some areas. Now I'm going to visit two zones, Caustic Caverns and the Dust. I'm going to go to Caustic Caverns first because I just want to show melee range stuff. Because, again, I've got another video that shows a lot of range stuff, so I'm just going to mostly cover melee in this video. Melee and sniping. Two different things that I believe are both heavily impacted by frame rate. Personally, I find that both are usable, but I will say that sniping enemies, mind you, like even if I was on PC with a mouse and keyboard, because that's what I'm used to, but even in that case, I would probably still have trouble sniping these guys, but still, I want to show off what it's like in the Caustic Caverns. I also want to show cases where melee frame drops happen rather frequently, and stuff like that. Here we are in the Caustic Caverns. I'm not going to bother looting everything in sight, that would be boring. Where's the entrance? Here it is. Crack this door open. Smack some bugs out of my ankles. So you got a bunch of bugs running around, right? Just kill a bunch of bugs. Yay, melee. Overall, I think with the rear touch, you just have to get used to it. It's good enough once you do get used to it, but up until that point, you are going to be struggling like crazy to do rapid melee attacks. Like, just doing this takes practice. I'm not even kidding. Normally, it'll be like this, and then you'll pause a bit, and then maybe like try to flail around a little bit more, and it'll become very difficult at times. But once you get used to it, you see, I'm just using rear touch for melee, and I'm just killing all these bugs without any issues. Where the hell's the last guy? There we go. So don't worry about the rear touch functionality. Don't worry too much about most melee situations. Now, let's find a Crystalisk. This is where you're going to get your frame drops. Where the hell are you? There you are. Let's snipe this guy first. So just snipe his leg off. Yep, got it. Come on, please don't throw mortar at me. God damn it. Ow. Please don't tell me there's something else shooting me. Okay, let's see if I can get the back of his tail. Steady, steady. Nope, no dice. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna wait for him to waddle on over. Something. Now switch to the pistol and fight him over the caustic. It's a dumb idea, but you know what? Let's do it because YOLO. Hack his ankle off. There you go. It's not the hardest thing ever. There's the Crystallisk I wanted, though. Oh god. I'm just gonna run up to him and start chopping his ankles off. Or at least try to chop his ankles off. I can see, like, especially when I'm trying to chop his ankles off, my frame rate is just getting absolutely murdered. Oh, fuck. Please don't die. Please don't die. There we go. Especially when I'm dancing around his ankles like that. Particularly annoying for melee playstyles, not quite as bad for sniping, as you can see when I bust out the sniper rifle and just like try to snipe the legs off and fail and miss like half the shots in the burst, or whatever. In terms of play... Oh crap, what the hell? Is something trying to chuck shit at me? Can't tell. Help. Yes, something is... Oh, that's what's trying to chuck shit at me. Alright, let's just run over there. Okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Run, hide, use shields.
Your eyes deceive you, an illusion fools you all. I move for the kill.
Whoa. Well, okay, I guess that didn't work out as well as I was hoping. Come on, show me your damn tail. Ah, if only you showed me his tail. Never mind. Either way, I think that's a fairly decent sampling of what the frame rate can look like. Now I'm going to run off to... I'm not going to bother looting all that stuff. That would take too long. So I'm going to run off to the dust now. Top off one of the quests I was doing. Oh. Where are you? There you are. And then after that, I'll try to conclude this. Because that is what it's like in the middle of someone's legs, high-density particles. Now let's talk about something a little bit more in the open world, running around the open area. Overall, I'm going to say that the open world loads smoothly and has a smooth frame rate. Which is actually something that completely surprised me. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting the engine to puke every single time a town rolled by. But no, apparently this is completely playable, so neat. I'm also going to show a little bit of vehicle combat just to show that, hey, everything's loading as intended. Should I use the bazooka or should I use the machine gun? I'll use the bazooka. I'm not sure if this is there in the original Borderlands 2, though, but for some reason, when using Catch a Ride, the first vehicle saves, the second vehicle doesn't. I don't know why. Light Runner, my second vehicle is normally set to the rocket launcher, but for some reason it never seems to save that it's the rocket launcher. It does save the paint job though, which is convenient. Now, which way was I going? Let's just finish off the good, the bad, and the Mordecai. Oops. Get over here. Oh crap, I did think I just hit myself for that, didn't I? Maybe I should have stuck to the machine gun. Oh, missed. Come on. Let's get you. Where are you? Now. That's 1, 2... Yeah, this would have been easier with a machine gun. Oh well. Oh, one more. There we go. We'll try to get that plane out of the air. There we go. That's 2. And there's another guy who passed behind me. Enough with fighting with vehicles. I'll just go ahead and try to finish this damn quest. Don't mind me, I'm just rolling past you. Alright. Let's get going with this quest. You can see that the environment detail is reasonable. It's not great, but I think this is completely reasonable. It's over here? Boot Hill. Where the hell is the entrance? Over here? No. Hold on a second, let me just deal with this sucker. Where the hell are you? There are you. I can't track hard enough. Stupid turn speed. Okay, never mind. Let's just get out of here. How do you get over there again? It's showing to go up here, but I don't know where to get up. It's definitely not here. Let's check the map. There's an entrance over there? Well, congratulations, guys. You get to watch me fail a quest for the first time ever. Also, yeah, maybe you noticed, but my reaction was slow there. I actually did press left at the right time. Ah, shoot. Stupid auto-aim. Makes me aim way too high. Landed a couple hits there. Slag you. Now, there we go. Oh well. Bye-bye. Oh god, that's my own grenade. I can't even see the particle effects on my own grenade. Why? Buzzard. That's everything. Why? Well, I guess I'm just gonna die here. So much for trying to find Mordecai. Oh well. Either way, I think you will be able to judge for yourself through that gameplay whether or not the frame rate is okay for you. I think that's a fair thing to say. So honestly, because I cannot speak so in depth about the game mechanics, I might as well try to come to a verdict right now. Would I recommend this game?
Think of them as war fun.
I would say yes, I do recommend this game. I would say so. Because, mind you, I'm not talking to the people who have already played Borderlands 2. If you've already played Borderlands 2, you already know whether or not you want to buy this game again. I'm talking to people who haven't, and particularly people who are Vita owners or prospective Vita owners who do not own Borderlands 2. Would this game be worth it? I'm going to say yes. And the reason why I'm saying yes is because having this sort of experience portable on the go, I'd say that this is really something special, something that I would almost argue hasn't been done before, or at the very least hasn't been done successfully before. Like, this is something special, and it's on the go. You can take it wherever you need it. However, the main downside to this experiment, if you want to call it that, is that you are playing a compromised experience, without a doubt. Now, speaking of people who have played Borderlands 2, though, what we also need to talk about is, what about the people who have played Borderlands 2, especially the PlayStation 3 owners, because one of the big, well, features was supposed to be cross-save, you know? It's like you get to take your existing save file and keep playing while on the go. The main problem I have there is that, who are we talking about here? The super hardcore Borderlands 2 fans who lap up absolutely everything that the Gearbox throws at them? Or are we talking about the people who already played it 2 years ago and are maybe a little bit sick and tired of it? Because that's the problem with trying to sell it in terms of crossplay. Really, that's, in my opinion, that's the problem here. Because a lot of these people really have already played Borderlands 2 to death. And if you haven't played Borderlands 2 to death, would you be willing to play the portable version? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of people of testimony saying, hey, I've played so many hours of Borderlands 2 and I love playing it on the Vita. This is so much fun, blah, blah, blah. But at that same token, I have also heard just as many people complaining that, oh, I've played this on this system, that system, and it's not good enough. It's not up to my standards. You have all those questions, and the only thing I can give to you is this footage. That's the only thing I can say hey, look, because I can't tell you what you should believe. For lack of a better term, that's all I can really say. I can't tell you what you should believe. So all I can really do is say, look, this is a good game, and if you've never played it before, it's worth it. If you have played it before, then it's more a question, okay, let me put it this way then. If you have played Borderlands 2 before, I don't think it's a question of whether or not you want to play a compromised version. It's a question of whether or not you want to play Borderlands 2 again. Period. Full stop. I think that's the only question here. Because if you don't mind playing Borderlands 2 again, or if you want to keep playing Borderlands 2, then if you so desire, and I desire you to actually, but if you so desire, this will not be a wasted purchase, ever. The main concern here is then... Okay, no, I'm going to cut that train of thought. Let's on to the next point. The next point is existing Vita owners and the discussion about whether or not you should support this game for the sake of the future of the Vita. There's also that argument. And I feel I have to bring that up because it's a topic that hasn't just come up recently. It's been going around for several months prior. Even when people talking about the Borderlands 2 port and said, oh, it's going to work, it's not going to work. It's like, yeah, but even if it works, I don't think I'll buy it. Even if it works, what's going to send to the message? I don't want more ports on my Vita. And all those other arguments. Because there are a lot of arguments about this. And overall, I'm going to say is that, well, if you are willing... No, that's not the right word. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you believe that buying this game is a good thing for the future of the Vita, then buy it. If you believe that this game is not a good thing for the future of the Vita, don't buy it. And that might be a bit of a snide thing to say, but honestly, in my opinion, well, that is the correct answer. Really, because here's the thing. This is not a cheap game, okay? If I'm not mistaken, this is retailing at $40 or it could be 50. I can't remember anymore because my brain farted. But like, this is not a cheap game, and simply buying this for the sake of supporting the Vita without the desire to play the game that you're buying, or rather the inherent desire to play the game, you will not really be happy. What you're looking for here is you're looking for, do you want to enjoy this sort of experience? And if you're having trouble talking about, like, and if you're having trouble with stuff like, this is not as good of an experience, this is as good of an experience and stuff, then it probably isn't for you, actually. The whole argument revolving around it, honestly, I might as well just summarize it and say, all things considered, it's a question about ideology. And as long as you match the ideology, I think the best result will occur. If you believe that people should buy this game, then buy this game. If you believe people shouldn't buy this game, don't buy this game. If we add all those opinions up together, I think we'll have the correct answer. That's my opinion. Seriously, that's about it. My name is Mvison.
Now hand it over.
Thanks for watching.
Damn it, Vault Hunter! You led that Hyperion jackass here!
You bandits, put down your guns and move back from the stash now!
Better idea, jackass. We all draw when the church bell rings for the third time.
A trucks can stand off? Fine.
Draw!
Congrats. Hope you make better use of them than I did.